Hi, I'm Jim Seidlecki from the Adams County Public Information Office, and this is Absolutely Adams for the second quarter of 2015. We're coming to you today from Rotella Park here in the remarkable Welby neighborhood. This park is a centerpiece of the neighborhood, and with a dedication toward parks and open space, our county commissioners signed off on a $1.8 million renovation. Funding for the upgrade came from open space sales tax dollars and money from the Colorado Lottery. So it's nice to know all those losing scratch-off tickets went to a good cause, right? On June 20th, members of the Rotella family were on hand with residents and Adams County commissioners for a celebration in the park. On that Saturday afternoon, this plaque and bench were unveiled, and a time capsule was buried with items that we won't see again for 40 years. Our Parks and Open Space employees worked with a contractor for the past 10 months, and I think you'll agree, they did a fantastic job. Here are some of the improvements. 7 new 32 by 32 shelters, replacing the original smaller shelters built in the early 70s. The asphalt parking lot has been completely reconfigured to improve park circulation. You'll also see improved stormwater drainage, an expanded play equipment area for the kids, additional restrooms, and new landscaping.
Well, I think it's wonderful when you can have a park like this for community. I mean, look at all the people who are gathered here today, and this is just the beginning.
God, he would really love it. So would my mommy, because this used to be all farms in here, and we used to pull weeds and make radishes and stuff and so forth. So he would love it. He would just love it. He's probably there watching it now and can't believe it.
In case you're curious, some of the items in that time capsule include bottles of wine from Adams County, some current technology, pictures from around the county, and other items that will be a lot of fun to open in another 40 years. And we also want to update you on the progress being made to the South Platte River Trail. This bridge is now in place, a major milestone in the project that will complete the trail through unincorporated Adams County. We're still on track to have the trail connected from 104th to 120th Avenue sometime later in 2015. With beautiful backboards and rims, it won't be long before kids are driving the lane and making layups here at Rotella Park. But if you're a commuter who drives Interstate 25 between 120th and Highway 36, you've seen those bad-looking sound walls. Good news, as Amin Shabra shows us, they're coming down.
Yeah, thanks, Jim. I'm here along I-25 in North Glen, right near the exit for 104th Avenue. And anybody that's ever traveled this stretch of roadway knows that, especially at drive time, this place can get pretty congested with cars, whether you're heading into or out of downtown Denver. And while officials with Adams County, the various municipalities around here, and even CDOT are still working and making progress on trying to fix the traffic situation through here, one solution that they are going forward with is improving the overall look of this area for the many drivers that pass through here each and every day. And it's all going to start with improving and replacing the outdated sound walls that have been here for decades.
For years, we'd drive down I-25 and we'd see these fences that were badly needed repair.
They've seen it all. Wear, tear, and even vandalism. Now, decades after these sound walls were installed to block highway noise along I-25 in Adams County, officials and residents alike agree. These walls have served their purpose, but it's time for a change.
Is everybody ready to tear down this wall?
So these walls are coming down. And in their place, new ones, made of concrete, offering not only better durability, but with an eye-pleasing paint job along with designs, these new walls should improve the overall look of I-25, both for drivers and the residents living nearby.
To be able to have something that'll be a whole lot more pleasing to the eye than what we have right now is going to add to their quality of life.
It helps with aesthetics, it helps with the noise. It also is an example of how when you work together with other government partners, we can make that tax dollar stretch that much further.
And these walls will not just be exclusive to the North Glen area. In fact, they'll extend along I-25 in both directions between US 36 and the exit at 120th Avenue.
What it demonstrates is the commitment that we have as commissioners, as our local community, to fix the problems that we have here on I-25.
As you can see here, a section of the wall is already on its back, meaning that the project is well underway. However, CDOT officials say there still is a lot of work left to be done. Nevertheless, they're optimistic they can get it all done pretty quickly. In fact, they've got a pretty quick timeline for this project. They're expecting to be done by sometime in the late fall. In fact, their working deadline for right now, it's the end of October. In North Glen, I'm Amon Shabra for Absolutely Adams. Jim, back to you.
Thanks a lot, Amon. For years, this spot at the top of the hill at Rotella Park was an ideal location to watch the fireworks from downtown Denver. And this year, the county has introduced another 4th of July celebration at another one of our gems, the Adams County Regional Park. Two great local bands had kids and some bigger kids up and dancing in the regional park. The rock wall, inflatables, and food vendors were also a big hit. And of course, no 4th of July event would be complete without a spectacular fireworks show. If you weren't able to make it this year, make plans to join us next year for Stars and Stripes on the 4th of July. And now that we've cleaned up the regional park, it's almost time for the Adams County Fair. This year, the fair runs August 5th through August 9th. We enjoyed record crowds last year, and this year there will be even more to see and do, including an amazing kids zone, new midway rides and games, and a concert series highlighted by the Plain White Tees, with special guest Carmen on August 8th in the Regional Parks Amphitheater. You'll see 4 bands that night for only $20. The fair kicks off with a free concert Wednesday night, August 5th. Country star Chris Cagle will perform. And later in the week, we'll have professional bull riding, followed by Cody Johnson in concert. And you don't want to miss Motorized Mayhem, featuring monster trucks, tough trucks, and motocross. There are so many incredible concerts and events, and you can get tickets for all of them at adamscountyfair.com. Make sure and check it out before the fair and download the app to your smartphone so you get updated information right in the palm of your hand while you're at the fair this summer. Our Parks and Open Space Department certainly knows how to take care of the grass here at Rotella Park. Everything looks beautiful, but you and I may not have that green thumb. If you have issues in your yard, you can always reach out to our extension office. We post in the garden segments periodically on our Facebook page. It's worth a follow just for that alone. Here's a look at how you can take better care of the turf at your house.
Most homeowners have turf grass, and most homeowners have questions about how to properly maintain it in our dry climate. You can see here this is very nice green-looking turf grass. This turf grass is fertilized twice a year. Once in the fall, that's the most important time to fertilize it, in the early fall, somewhere towards the end of August. It's also important to fertilize your grass in the spring. Most years that would have gone on the end of April. As long as you don't over-apply them, most fertilizers you can find at the store are perfectly safe to use. If you're using a weed and feed product, the herbicide in there can damage your trees and shrubs as well as kill the weeds in your yard. We recommend watering your lawn as deeply and frequently as possible. So for most people that's 2 or 3 times a week, and you're going to run the sprinkler system for as long as you can until water is running off. That's how you know you've watered to the point of saturation. You should stop. If you have questions about your lawn or anything in your yard, you can reach us at the office by phone. You can email us. We also have a program called Lawn Check where we'll come to your yard and diagnose what's going on in person. You can set that up over the phone.
I know I always learn a lot every time we air one of those, and hopefully you did as well. If you want to see them all, make sure and subscribe to our YouTube channel or like our Facebook page. We post them there periodically during the growing season. And if you're having trouble with something that's growing in your yard, you can email the Extension office. There's the email address. Make sure and let them know what it is that's growing, how much sun and shade, and if you'd like, include a picture. That always helps. And if that doesn't work, go out to our Extension office at the Adams County Regional Park. The Master Gardeners will show you around some of the gardens that we have on display, and they're always happy to answer your questions. We also want to update you on a couple of town hall meetings and neighborhood cleanups that are coming up later this summer and in the early fall. On August 12th, we'll be here in the Welby area at the Welby Montessori School. That meeting begins at 6:30. If you live a bit further east of the metro, there's a town hall meeting in Strasburg on August 26th. Make plans to join us at the Parks and Rec building at 1932 Burton Street, also at 6:30. Our final in-person town hall meeting of the year will be at the Pearl Mac Community Center for residents in Midtown, Sherrillwood, and surrounding neighborhoods. That's scheduled for September 9th at 7125 Mariposa Street. And we are also hosting neighborhood cleanup events. Circle these dates on your calendar. We have a cleanup scheduled in the Irondale Derby area on July 25th. The cleanups will run from 8 until noon and will take your truckloads of debris and yard waste for this one at 8080 Dahlia in Commerce City. We're also hosting another cleanup event here in Welby, August 22nd on the south side of Rotella Park. Our cleanup in Strasburg is September 12th at the Adams County Maintenance Facility. That's at 2550 Strasburg Mile Road. You can find more details on the county's website, and we constantly push out updates on events on our social media sites. So if you're on Facebook or Twitter, make sure and add us to your timeline so you can stay in the loop on what we have scheduled. So whether it's a walk around the park with your dog, a picnic under one of our new pavilions, a basketball game here, or maybe some volleyball, or just taking the kids out to see the new playground, Rotella Park has to be on your list this summer. We are very proud of it. And we're grateful that you joined us for Absolutely Adams. We'll be back with another quarterly video news update in the fall.